Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about the best fucking shit I have read in my entire life. And no, I am not talking about After by Anna Todd. I'm of course talking about Oshi no Ko! Fuck! This series was brought to us by, of course, the highest authority in the universe, Akasaka. And you're saying, hold on, he's already got a series going on, and it's weekly. What's he doing? Yeah, but a year ago he decided, wait a minute, I'm a Chad. I have more stories to tell, so I'll just do it. Now, even though he would definitely be capable of doing 2 weekly manga in their entirety at the same time, to ease the burden a little, he teamed up with Mengo Yokoyari to do the art. And they have brought us something indescribable. If you listen to our podcast, you know that I tried to explain this series in the first episode of the season, and I didn't do a particularly great job because the setup and the prologue of this story is extremely different from what the series really is. It is bonkers, it is insane, it is one of the most unique setups I've ever seen, but it's a lot, so for that reason we're just going to be picking up where the prologue leaves off. Oshi no Ko follows the 16-year-old Hoshino twins, Aqua and Ruby. Due to some weird circumstances surrounding their birth, they find themselves caught up in the wacky world of showbiz, and they attend a high school for the performing arts, where many of the students are themselves actors, musicians, whatever, and they both belong to the Strawberry Productions production company. And the series sees us spending time with these two kids as we follow them on their journey through the industry. Ruby is a very energetic and naive girl who wishes nothing more than to become an idol. Yet she has wanted to be an idol her whole life, and now she finally has the opportunity as Strawberry Productions is interested in setting up their own idol group. So her side of the story involves, growing social media influence, finding people to, team up, sing songs and dance with, make YouTube videos, and eventually, hopefully, become an official famous idol group. They'll go have concerts, have a bunch of adoring fans, all that fun stuff. Aqua, on the other hand, is an actor, and a rather serious one at that. He is an extremely different character than his sister, being a lot more quiet and reserved and very mature for his age. He was an actor when he was a child, a very good one at that, and now he is looking to re-enter the industry. However, unlike his sister, it's not for fame and glory and for achieving a personal dream of his. He is in it to solve a murder. And the clues for solving this mystery can only be obtained by gaining more connections in the showbiz industry and acquiring many favors. This is an old unsolved mystery. The case has been completely closed. People are confused why he wants to know these things, but rest assured he has an extremely good reason for it. And there you go, man. Holy shit. It's an interesting setup. We follow two very different characters with, similar yet also very different career paths, but also how these two paths intertwine with each other as, of course, they're brother and sister, they love each other. Seeing them interact with each other, helping each other grow, it's all very great. They both have a fantastic dynamic together. And of course, a lot more characters get introduced as Aqua takes on these acting jobs in order to get closer to, directors and producers who might have clues to give him. He meets a lot of other people their age. Friendships are formed, relationships are formed. Ruby also meets new people to add to her idol group. We meet people from all over the industry, and hearing their stories is really, really fascinating. A lot of times people look at celebrities like they're a completely different species, and of course their lives are very different from any of ours, but this series reminds us that they are still human. They still have problems, and this series, holy shit, does it delve into those problems. This series has a lot of comedic moments, something of course you would expect from the writer of Kaguya-sama. And it does not hold back from being, extremely goofy at times. But at other times, it becomes shockingly serious and tackles some very mature subject matter. A big theme in this series is the effect of social media, and what can happen to someone when they suddenly have all these eyes on them. In this sense, it goes places I didn't really expect, and I thought it was executed extremely well. Something Akasaka is really, really good at, and there are hints of it in Kaguya-sama, but here especially, is that he knows, for lack of a better term, how Zoomer culture works. There's a lot of social media talk, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, where Ruby and her friends are trying to become influencers to build this brand online. It's clear Akasaka has done a lot of research into subjects like this, and I think it works extremely well. Now, it might date the manga in a sense, like in 10 years, I don't know if people are even going to be using TikTok or Instagram or whatever, but for the time being, it's really effective, and it does ground the series quite a bit, because for as unrealistic this series can sometimes be, it still tackles a lot of great things that do happen in real life, and it is really interesting just seeing another side of this industry that we don't usually see. While Aqua is trying to solve a murder mystery, which on its own is very compelling, he still has to be a good actor and, follow all the techniques. He enters these big productions, which we get to learn about how they're filmed. Teen dramas, reality shows, stage plays. In this sense, it's very reminiscent of another series, which we don't talk about anymore, but it left a pretty big hole. And I do think wholeheartedly that this series has mostly filled that hole. It really just has everything, man. It has great comedy, great drama, compelling characters, gorgeous art, which I haven't even mentioned yet, but this is a really, really pretty manga. It's quickly becoming just one of my favorite styles. There's so many great pages here. The character designs are so appealing. And it's still so short. I mean, it is a fast-paced manga. We're on the 5th arc now, even though we only have like 40 chapters. But I've seriously enjoyed every bit of it. And it further cemented Akasaka as one of, if not my favorite mangaka ever. We gotta protect this man. At this point, I'm convinced that he is the Messiah. Oh, and speaking of his other series, it's actually hinted at that this might share a universe with Kaguya-sama. And of course, it runs in the same magazine, so, I'm hoping and praying one day we get to see these casts together. But, we'll see how that goes. And thankfully, I am not the only person who has such great feelings about this one. As with only 3 volumes released in Japan, it already has 1 million copies in circulation, which pretty much guarantees that it is already a massive hit and will continue to grow in the future. I would not be surprised if there were already deals being made for an English release. And of course, while it may be a ways off, an anime is pretty much inevitable, and I absolutely cannot wait for more people to experience this series. Like I said, it of course does not have an official English release yet, which could be a turnoff to some people, and that's absolutely fine. Just keep an eye out for it. As soon as this shit comes out in English, I'm gonna be there as soon as the bookstore gets their shipment in. I just love it to pieces. I cannot recommend it enough. So yeah, there we go. Just spreading awareness. It's already massive in Japan, but I don't see many people over here talking about it yet. They really should. Everyone needs their eyes on this thing. And yeah, so with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you've read Oshi no Ko, you can leave your thoughts on it in the comments down below. And I will see you quite soon, actually, because I gotta review the Demon Slayer movie. Yay!
Myths and legends fall away. Santa's secrets are revealed. Card tricks lose their fascination. True wonder is harder to come by. But there's always magic at the movies.